Okay. Can you hear me without the mic? Okay, good. Okay, good morning, everyone, and thanks for inviting me to these sessions, sharing sessions. And I would like to make these sessions as interactive as possible. Challenge me if you can. Actually, it's not challenge me. Challenge the software to find out more what you want to know, and then I will do my best to see how I can answer your questions. Yeah. So as Hasna had mentioned to me, to all of you, just now that we are here to look into one of the authoring tools that is possible to be used by lecturers to develop learning content. Yeah. So I think the DIY is definitely the right way to go. Okay. I think I have been in this e-learning content development for 22 years. It's long enough to retire soon. Okay. So, and I was so disappointed for the past 15 years, and only recently I see the lights at the end of the tunnel, where we come to the stage where we all realize that outsourcing doesn't work for e-learning content. It's a very simple reason. Do you outsource the building of PowerPoint to someone else to do it? No. Why? Because everything is here. You know, you want to get someone else to do it, what are you doing to do? You have to transfer the knowledge or transfer the information to the person. It's not easy. And that's one of the reasons why content development, outsourcing content development, always dragging and long, because there's too much need to change. Yeah. And of course, the other reason why you dare to say I don't need to get someone to do these PowerPoint slides, because there's one wonderful program called Microsoft PowerPoint. If today there's no PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, you dare to think about it? Do it yourself? Oh, better get someone else to do it, right? So same things. Things have changed a lot in e-learning. Okay, especially I foresee that developing e-learning content will be almost the same as creating your PowerPoint slide in the very, very near future. And I talk about near future, maybe tomorrow. Okay, so because the tools are there, the only thing is people are not ready to change, or may take some time to make the change. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I'm here today to talk about DIY, especially look at how to make use of tools like Storyline to make it possible. I think, again, when it comes to authoring tools, there are many types of authoring tools in the market. When I say authoring tool here, does not include like Flash. Those are not the authoring tools for you and me. Okay, we need something that end user can do it, teachers and lecturers can do it themselves. All these are the tools meant for you. Okay, to develop different types of content. Okay, there are many types. It can be video-based content. Then you may consider non-interactive lessons like Camtasia, Presenter, iSpring. All these are good products. Okay, all the way to things like a game. You want to create interactive game. Then you may ask, is it possible for me to do it? I don't have any programming skill. Yes, it's possible. Okay, there are tools like Raptivity can do the job. Okay, so where is Storyline then? Storyline is very much focused on interactive lessons. You want to create small lessons, interactive lessons, then it's one of the flexible and good tools. Then again, of course, then you may ask the questions about.
Yeah, Storyline.
Okay, good. Questions about Web 2.0. Yes, I always agree and support 2.0. The only challenge will be there are too many out there. There's no way that, and always lack of support. That's one of the problems. When you use Web 2.0, there's always a challenge. Okay, continuities and all that. I've seen a lot of lecturers try here, try there, but there's no clear directions and things have solidly reproduced. That is one of the challenges. Yeah? So that's why I still believe that somehow you may need to engage one or few of these tools to develop your content. Okay, so I'll jump straight to. I'm trying to cut down the the best version I have. Okay, so then why storyline? Okay, one of the great things I always tell is this: simple enough for beginner and powerful enough for expert. Why I would like to highlight this, because especially the second line. Okay, as I say, my team have been doing e-learning for corporate, mainly for corporate banks and all that for the past 10, 15 years. Okay, we have been using tools like Flash, all those advanced tools to do it. And when it started Storyline back in April last year, because it's very new tools actually, April last year, so I introduced it to my team. I say, let's try something new, use authoring tool. When I say that, they all look at me. You're crazy, Calvin. We are professional developer. We are asking us to use authoring tools. I say, never mind, just go ahead and try. On one project, I say, just small project. And from then onwards until today, all our projects are using Storyline. That shows this statement is true, powerful enough for the expert. Okay, so people can accept it as a tool to create content, and simple for enough for beginner. I think maybe by another half an hour's time, you can tell me whether it's true or not true. That one I leave it to you. Okay, good. So just a quick run through. One of the biggest advantage of Storyline is because have a very simple, friendly interface, user interface. If you are a PowerPoint user, okay, and this, I would say picking up Storyline is a matter of hours, not days. Hours will do, yeah. Okay, and there are another good things about the authoring tool is they come with the characters. Okay, there are about 40 characters, 20 males and female, illustrated characters, which with different position, pose, and also with expressions. Okay, and costume. Like say for example, talking about medical, they have many characters within the medical uniform. Yep. So, and the layout, a lot of layouts and templates is one of the strengths where easily, if the e-learning unit in IMU are putting a lot more effort into creating the template for the teachers, for the lecturers, then I believe more lecturers will jump into the job of creating more content, because the template really gives them a lot of flexibility and also make it much easier for them to create the content. Yep. This is one of the reasons why my graphic designer and programmer, they accept these tools, because all this while when they talk about using authoring tool, they always find that no good. The creativity and the effectiveness, the effects and all that are not able to present it in using all those authoring tools. But this one helps to solve all the problem. Okay, whatever Flash you can do in Flash, the effect that you can do in Flash, it can be easily produced using Storyline. Okay, so talking about interactivity, so talking about click and show and all that. Here we have one of the best, I would say personally, I would say one of the best solution at this moment to handle interactive. Okay, I've tried many tools in the market. In fact, most of the commercial market product I've tried before. Okay, but this one gives a much more easier way of handling the interactive part, where because they came up with this layer, the concept of the layer, and really make things much easier. Okay, and quizzes, all kinds of quizzes you can see from here, true and false, multiple choice, drag and drop, sequencing, hotspot, or all kinds of things you can find in there. And of course, happy to say that Storyline is one of the authoring tools, one of the first few authoring tools have these 3 deployment methods format. Okay, of course today now getting more and more authoring tools do that. It used to be Flash, people will be proud to say, oh, my authoring tool can be published into Flash. Unfortunately today none of them dare to say that anymore, or shy to say that, because this is going to be a problem, especially talking about mobile, iPad, and also those tablets and all that. So now people are looking at things like HTML5, and it's good to know that Storyline is one of the first. And on top of that, actually, there's another thing that I would like to highlight. It's about the standard. I believe Zaid is one of the person who don't believe in SCORM.
I don't say I don't believe it.
Yeah. Okay. And many lecturers, including a lot of the people that I know, they find that it's nonsense, and so much restriction and limitation. Yes, it's true. Because SCORM standard is an international e-learning standard, but it's only limited to the learning involved in learning management system. But today, when we talk about learning, it's more than just learning management system. It can be attending seminar like this, or online learning using WeCube, okay, things like that, okay, or reading books from the library. It's also learning. But how about that? It's not fair to say that, I didn't do my work, or I didn't involve doing my homework and all that. It can be attending forum, online forum, offline forum. Okay, so that's where now the new standard come in. It's called Tin Can. Yeah, and great to say that Storyline is one of the first again who have complied to this standard. So that's why today, if you want to publish content in Storyline, you can probably choose the options on Tin Can. But it's always a but. The problem will be most of the system or platform are not Tin Can compliant yet, including Moodle at this point of time. Yeah, but I understand that Moodle is working on it, and very soon, I think that before end of the year, they're going to do a new version which will support Tin Can. Yes.
Tin Can has it stabilized itself?
The last when I was in eLearn in US in June. Yes, they have come up with the first version 1.0. Okay, and I tried personally. I tried a few. Yes, it's quite good. Okay, I even tried on this one app in the mobile. It's called like a book scanner, not scanning the book, but scanning the barcode. So if you have go through the books, you can just snap it, okay, using your mobile, and this app is a Tin Can compliant. So it will generate Tin Can statement and send to your personal what you call learning record store. They call it LRS, Learning Record Store. So, and one of the good things about Tin Can is also because it allows you to carry your record from one organization to another organization, which SCORM cannot. Because all this record about learning in your learning is stored within the organization and not able to share or export. And Tin Can is different. You are the owner of the record. Yeah, so there are many things on that. So currently, I also do some study on that also. Yep. Okay, so lastly, before I go on to the application, just to share with you that eLearning Mind is not a company. eLearning Mind is not a company. It's just a brand, a company called Universal IT Solutions. We are the official reseller of Articulate in Malaysia, and also Thailand and Indonesia. But more importantly, is also recently we've been officially appointed as the Articulate authorized training center in Southeast Asia. Yeah, under the Yokun certification. As you know, if you go to Articulate website, when you look for training, it will link you to Yokun. And at this point of time, they only have 4 companies. One in Yokun itself in US and Canada. You have in UK, Australia, then one more in Beijing, China, for China market, and we are the 5th one for Southeast Asia. Yes. Okay, so that's all for a little bit of introductions to Storyline. I would like to go on to the software now. Okay, and as this part of on this part, I hope you can ask more questions. Okay, so then first thing you may ask, how can I learn? Okay, this is too short. The half an hour is not enough. Yes, I agree. Okay, the best thing is to do is when you launch this software, you can see the landing page. I would say if you go through all this video, you're halfway graduated. Okay, Seriously. That's how I learned, how I pick it up, or my team pick up articulate storyline at the beginning. Okay, so let's go into the new project. I just go in, or rather maybe I just go in. Okay, this is the interface. Okay, I will open the existing one, will be better. Then some of you ask the questions, does it require PowerPoint? You know that Articulate used to have a software called Articulate Studio. Everything is done in PowerPoint, and then you just need to just do the final touch-up or the recording using Studio. Yeah. So for Storyline, it's totally different. It's standalone software. It does not require PowerPoint, but it works very well with PowerPoint. I'm going to demonstrate to you why it does. What do you mean by work very well with PowerPoint? Okay. Oh, it's a different drive. What is this? Okay, so you can see that the interface starts with the what you call story view, right? The most left tab is story view. Is the overview of all the content available in this particular storyline files. Okay, and it can the content can be broken into many scenes. They call it scene. I always like to use topic, easier for you to understand. Okay, so you can have many topics. So each topic you can have many slides. As you later, when you, let's say for example, you start with topic 0. Maybe I can just name it topic 1. Okay, and then I move into it. Now this is the topic 1, and you can see here on the left-hand side, you can see all the slides within this topic. Okay, and of course you have more topics. You can look at all this separately also. Okay, just give you an idea. This one is the one example. So in the story view, you can find, okay, you have this, and this. Okay, so a different group or different topics. Okay, each topic may have numbers of what I call slides. Okay, so it works exactly the same. Like for example, if you go to View tab, you can find things that you're very familiar with, like Slide Master. Okay, you see this? You know what it is? It's very simple. You know PowerPoint, you know what is it. I don't need to explain much. So, but the good point is you can easily create many set of templates in one storyline files. Okay, you can have many templates, and when you insert PowerPoint, like I said just now, you can insert PowerPoint content into storyline. When you do the inserting the PowerPoint slides, actually they also insert the template that you, or the master slide in your PowerPoint into storyline as well. Okay, so there are more advantage on that. Let's show you later. Okay, so you can easily choose to any design that you want to incorporate. Okay. Okay, let's move on to this. Let's say I give you a view of this. Let's see, like many templates, the different set of template. Here you have 2 sets. Okay, 2 sets of template. Each template will have different look and feel and so on. Okay, so that's one of the easier things to understand. You know that as the template, and then to create content is very easy. Let's say, for example, I want to add one more slide. What do you do in PowerPoint? Right-click on the slides, and then it's new, right? It's the same thing. You can find the same functions. So right-click on it, and you can just create a new slide. How about moving the slide? Okay, from maybe from second page to last page, or last page to third page, and all that. You can easily do it by, again, like PowerPoint, drag and drop. Okay, so very easy. Okay, so don't talk too much about the PowerPoint anymore. What you like to see is what's any more powerful features. One of the biggest problem in PowerPoint is what? Animation. Then how about sequence? Sequence, very difficult to do synchronization, especially if you want to have voice and or sequencing and all that. Well, you can see bottom here, timeline. Okay, so timeline is one of the good things for synchronizations. Okay, it's a one good metaphor for you to control, let's say, what to appear, what to play at certain seconds. Okay, and that you can have it here. Okay, so timeline is one of the good things. So it's one of the uniqueness of storyline is combine a few metaphors together. In e-learning, we always have, last time we used to talk about 3 metaphors: page, timeline, and flowchart. Okay, those who are using for AutoWay, you know the metaphor used is flowchart. And then you're talking about Macromedia Director or Flash using the metaphor of timeline. And then you talk about TwoBook. Have you heard about TwoBook? It's another very famous authoring tool during 90s. Okay, that is a page or slide metaphors. But storyline consists of 2, page and timeline. So take all the advantage of both metaphors, because if just purely on page is a problem. Synchronization is not easy. So everything is go by page only. But you're talking about timeline, there's also disadvantage because you're talking about page. It's very hard to understand when you're not a graphic designer. You look at timeline, you construct the thing in Flash. It's going to be very problematic because most of the lecturers, they always organize their work in slides or page. Yeah, so that's one. When this metaphor have to solve all the problem. And over here, you have seen notes and stage. Stage is where the let me see what it. Okay. Stage is one of the good things where you're talking about, let's say, for example, I insert a button, okay, over here. Automatically, you have the different stage available for normal, hover, down, visited, disabled. By default, already have. And you can edit all this. That's one good about it. Let's say, for example, for hover, I want it to change to another color. It's very easy. You just need to start with edit. Click on this, and then make a change. Remember in PowerPoint how you change all this? Let's say I want to change to orange. Automatically change. So when you done this one, what's going to happen if you do a preview on this light? That's all. You can have a wonderful, let's say for example, you want to do tracking. Okay, let's say for example, when the user have clicked on this button, then you want to put a tick so that you indicate that, okay, you have visited this slide, this button. How easy can it be? Very easy. Okay, let's say for example here, you can see the visitor. Okay, so I can just edit this one. Okay, so I need to do is maybe I insert maybe a tick, a simple tick like this. Maybe I want to change the color, double click again. Double click, maybe I want to change it to red. Okay, so a simple thing like this. Okay, so now let's take a look. Now when you click on the button, then the thing is, it will stay there as a record that you have studied or you have gone through these sessions. Okay, so very easy and powerful for that, the advantage of the state. Okay, and then notes is where you're talking about if you have prepared your content in PowerPoint, the notes that you have, when you insert, you automatically inserted over here. And normally what we use in this is when you publish content, some of the e-learning content, you can see that where it's called the transcript. Okay, so if you want to have transcript available for your student, you can put in all the notes here or the text here, and then when you publish, there's a transcript buttons for you to do. Then the student can just click on that and we will see the transcript for each slide. This is the notes for these slides. Okay, so that's one of the advantage. And then come to this part is where talking about the layer. Okay, so the layer is when capture the pop-up. Let's say, for example, I just use my new slides to create a content. Let's say, for example, I just create a button, a simple button, and then in my base layer, they call it base layer. Every slide there's a layer, they call it base layer, and then you can create more layers you want to. Let's say, for example, I create a new layer, and this new layer, what I would like to have is maybe illustrated characters all the way down here. Okay, let's say, for example, this lady. By the way, just to share a little bit more about the characters, you not only can choose the different character, different whether female or male, but you also can also look at the expressions. You can have different type of expression. Let's say happy. You want to show a happy face. You want to have the different poses. Let's say put that. You can have things like both hand ups or whatever you want to have. Let's say, for example, I want it to be like a pointing, teaching. Okay, and then you can see here, you can also have the perspective of left, right, or front. Yeah. So let's say, for example, I want it to be on the left, on the right, facing the right. So then we can. Okay. So, and then of course I can make it crop it. If I just want half, I can enlarge it. Maybe I want to change the perspective from left to the left side. Okay. So I can just make it bigger. Okay, you can see wonderful thing is, no matter how big you make it, it's still very clear, the pictures. Yeah. Okay, so for example, if I just want to make, I name this layer. First of all, let me link this layer first. Name this layer, maybe pop 01. Okay, so when I come to this one, let's say, for example, I want to click on this button, show the next layer. How to do it? Okay, that's where you require trigger. You come to this, I want to introduce this session, it's now called trigger. It's where all the instructions or actions are done in this part, the trigger. Okay, so there's a button. Once you create a button, always you can have a trigger already. So we can add the trigger. Okay, add the trigger on this button. So as long as you know English, it's no problem at all to how to do it. You see, it guided. There's a visual to guide you. If what kind of action you want to do. Okay, so there are many type of actions in here. Okay, so let's say, for example, this case is show layer. And then the next question is which layer. Then you select. Okay, I may have 10 layers in this particular slide. I can easily just select which one I want to use. And when. Okay, it can be the trigger. When. It can be a mouse click, hover, or timeline starts, or whatever. So in this case, because I want it to, when the user click on the buttons. Okay, so I select user click. That's it. That's how it goes. So you do a preview on this slide. Okay, just click. Here it goes. Out. If you want to remove the background, the buttons, how to do it? Very easy also. It's all under the property of the layer. Okay, so let's say, for example, I come to this layer. I click on this setting icons. You are able to find, okay, hide other layers, or you want to prevent people clicking on it, also can. You want to remove totally, also can, the background. Okay? Okay? Any questions? I think I have just briefly go through the introducing the interface from slide to master to timeline to layer and trigger. Any questions? Not, hopefully it's not too fast for you. But of course, it's just more and just introducing. So let's say, for example, now I want to create new slides. Okay, I'm going to start with looking at things like, for example, you want to, you can go into all these templates. Okay, so there are many. Actually, you can create many. For example, this is new because it's I didn't add in any. You can add in like IMU templates. Okay, so that the IMU e-learning units can create a lot of templates into it. So like, for example, you can have interactive template. templates. So things like, for example, you want to have something like a folder tab. Okay, you want to do something like folder tab, you just select this. Okay, so then you go into inserting it to the second slides that I have here. Okay, what's going to happen now is you can see the design is there already. You don't need to worry about the design. Of course, you can add it in the template. If you customize the template, you can put in your logos, department, or the faculty name and all that. So now you need to do what the lecturer needs to do is just go to each of the layer and making changes on it. Okay, let's say for example I change on layer 1. Okay, maybe I want to move the picture here, I want to add another picture. Okay. Okay, or maybe I want to add this thing over here. That's it. So I do a preview. It's there already. So of course you can change all the content that you want to. So let's say for example tab number 1. Here you go. Yeah, done it. So it's all ready. You just need to focus on making changes on the content. Okay? Can. And next thing is let's say for example I'm going to create, instead of using the template, okay, I want to do it on my own. Of course, you can go with the basic template that you have, or you can also, if you're talking about quizzes, so you can create your own quiz, let's say, for example, matching. Okay, just take a matching. So it will pop up a diagram. This is quite similar to Studio. If you happen to use Studio before, then it's very similar. Okay, very similar. So let's say, for example, I can key in the questions here, capital of blah blah blah. So I can put Beijing, China. Then you can have Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Okay, the simple 2 options only. So you can just click and it's done. So of course you can make it nicer by changing the position and all that. So I do a preview. So this question is done already. Okay, so you can just do a matching. Let's say for example you match this way and then do a submit. Correct. Of course the feedback can be further customized. There's a template you can just create as a template also easily. Yep. Okay. Next is maybe when I create, I may want to totally something, nothing to getting help from. So I can also create a blank template, let's say for example the white one. Okay, I just need to insert maybe a picture where, just assuming that I want to insert a world map. Okay, I just insert a world map and I want to make it as like a hotspot or clickable area. Okay, to show maybe some buildings, some important landmarks or whatever. So let's say for example I want to create for Malaysia, so I may just go to marker. I select marker. There's so many icons I can use. Maybe I use this icon, so I put it here. Here it goes, where I can put in, let's say for example, Petronas Twin Tower. Okay, I can put in the description, blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, then I can insert media. Good news is you can insert video also, you can insert image also. So let's say for example picture. Let me look for Petronas Twin Tower. Yep. Very much. Okay. Okay. Okay, I can make it position it in such a way that I have it on this side. Want to make it bigger. You can enlarge it. You can enlarge the size. The description, if I want the description to be below, I also can do that. So now take a try and God. and do a review.